Hi everybody, how you doing today? This is Rich, your guest and your host from Rich TV Live, and I'm here with a very special guest. It is Lucas Birdsall, the strategic advisor of Agraflora Organics. How you doing today, Lucas?
Doing well, Rich. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you for being here. We started speaking a little bit before we went live, and I want to touch on some of those points. But first, before we do that, let's just get into a little bit about Agraflora International Inc. Can you just give us kind of a short summary about the company?
Yeah, absolutely. Agraflora Organics International, diversified international cannabis company with mandate to be fully vertically integrated. That's upstream, that's downstream, as well as that special little segment in the middle, the midstream. So we are equipped with 2.2 million square feet under glass. It's the second largest greenhouse operation in the world that is going to be licensed for cannabis production. We're also equipped with an already licensed LP in London, Ontario. It goes by the name of AAA Heidelberg. We're just finalizing our applications for both sales and processing licenses for AAA, and we have aspirations about putting an on-site dispensary as per the Ontario regulations there. On the downstream side, equipped with a very robust portfolio of downstream assets. We have a very advanced edibles manufacturing facility in Winnipeg. We hope to be a first mover within that vertical. I know that we're going to get our equipment probably before even our organogram, et cetera, et cetera. We have relationships within the beverage, the cannabinoid-infused beverage market. We have something called our THC antidote by a licensing agreement with True Focus. We're looking to penetrate both the upstream and the downstream and capture each link of the cannabis value chain.
I love it. I love it. I'm actually, full disclosure, I am a shareholder of Agraflora, and I am a big believer in what you guys are doing. Now, I know you're in Europe, you're in Italy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Agraflora is looking to do in the international markets?
Yeah, absolutely. We're a firm believer that, Canada is probably in the bottom of the sixth inning when it comes to the cannabis markets. The United States of America is in the top of the third, but Europe, which actually has a population that's 1.5 times that of the U.S., is just in the bottom of the first here. There are some very attractive medicinal markets here, i.e. Germany. They have some of the highest valued patients in the whole world. B-Farm, as well as the German legislator, has actually mandated all insurance companies to cover up to 100 grams of premium flower per month for eligible patients. And a gram of premium cannabis here in Germany, it retails for about 12 to 14 euros. So you can just imagine what the profit margins are like there. We're eager to explore high CBD flower opportunities. I'm actually in Italy right now looking at that. But we see Europe as a very, very attractive opportunity. Once our 2.2 million square feet under glass is up and running and producing, we're definitely going to proceed with EU GMP certification. That's on the processing side, and we can actually win grants to import into high value marketplaces such as Germany.
I love it. I love it. Now, one of the things that we talked about in getting ready for this live stream was your share structure, and it's extremely important for our investors. Our investors, including myself, we are trained to look at share structure. Now, there's a couple key elements with your share structure that I want to talk about, okay? First of all, I believe you've got 851 million shares. Is that correct?
Correct.
In that area. Now, you were mentioning that 400 million is being held by management. Is that correct?
So 400 million shares is actually held by Organic Flower. So they were our counterparty in the asset purchase / sale, which gave Agraflora their portfolio of downstream assets. So Organic Flower and Agraflora have a very long-term sustainable relationship. It actually was Agraflora that funded, it was Organic Flower that funded Agraflora's earn-in agreement with the Howlings Group and the joint venture Propagation Services Canada, which actually operates a 2.2 million square foot greenhouse facility. So they're long-term shareholders. They're in it for the long run. They own about 400 million shares of our float, and the remainder is with institutions, very loyal retail shareholders. We're one of the most liquid issuers on the CSE. And if you think 851 is a little bit bloated, well, we did do a 5-for-1 forward split way back when we were Puff Ventures. That was something tactical. Management had deliberated on quite some time on pulling the trigger on that forward roll, and it's worked out very well. At 36 cents here, we're an attractive buy, and I'm confident in saying that we're very liquid, and our share structure is very diverse.
And you did mention that you guys would not be interested in doing a reverse because our shareholders hate reverse splits.
No, we have absolutely no intentions of pursuing a consolidation. That's quite unfortunate when that happens.
Absolutely. And I've been caught with reverse splits before in the past, and they've never, ever, ever worked out well. They've almost always failed miserably after reverse because shareholders feel like they got less shares. They feel like typically after a reverse split, shareholders don't feel good about the company and they sell out, which drives the price down. And 99% of the time after reverse splits, we've seen stocks go down. Now, there are some exceptions, but I'm glad to hear that you're not interested in going in that direction. Now, can you please elaborate on the Health Canada hemp license Agraflora International Inc. just received and what this allows the company to do now as of July the 3rd?
Absolutely. So the receipt of that hemp license from Health Canada is actually quite unique. So our joint venture partners, the Howlings Group, they've been doing tomato cultivation as well as propagation for nearly 50 years. Now, for viewers that don't know what propagation is, it's basically nurturing small seedlings and selling them to potential farmers or other types of agricultural specialists that want to grow it. It'd be the equivalent of using a mother and just clipping the leaves and making those into flowering plants. So propagation is a very, very economically viable business. The margins are very high. So what we're going to do is we're working with Health Canada to get certain high CBD varietals approved, where they're going to use 120,000 square feet of prop space to cultivate these small seedlings and then sell them to both Canadian and U.S. hemp farmers who are looking for a different strain. Very high margins. The Howlings Group has been doing it for half a century. We're very confident this is going to provide stable cash flows going forward.
Wow, that's great. I have a question from the audience. Does Agraflora have sales, and what values can you offer to investors?
So right now we don't have any sales. We anticipate we're going to complete our first harvest in the first quarter of 2020, and sales will follow that shortly.
Great. So guys, you're getting in early, pre-sales, pre-revenue. This is a company that's essentially just getting started. And you guys have locations, you mentioned, in Winnipeg. I know that you've got a massive, I saw your website, 2.2 million square foot facility under glass here in Vancouver, which I'd love to go and visit one day. And I saw on your website 2 other locations. Where else in Canada are you guys located?
So we have a beverage bottling facility in Toronto, and we also have relationships with an existing brew house just outside of the GTA. So we're going to leverage those assets to pursue the cannabinoid-infused beverage market, think teas, non-alcoholic beers, wines, very high-margin business. And again, we hope to capture the first mover advantage within those arenas. As your viewers know, Health Canada just kind of formalized those regs a few weeks back.
Absolutely. Now, I read one of your press releases. You guys have a new patented pharma-grade cannabinoid delivery bottle cap technology. Like, that sounds awesome. Like, can you explain to me how this can be a game changer for the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So, long story short, it is a medical grade, patented bottle cap delivery system. So sometimes when cannabinoids or other types of injectable liquids are held within suspension, they go stale, they lose their profiles, it doesn't quite taste the same. What this bottle cap does was it keeps it in a vacuum until you crack the seal, it's released into the solution, you can shake it up, ensuring the freshest quality when you're actually ready to consume. It's very, very cool. We have exclusive Canadian rights.
Wow.
We've actually customized our bottling line in Toronto to fit our containers with this dispensing technology. As you said, it is proprietary. We did pay for it, but it's going to be worth its while, come the second phase of cannabis normalization, which is edibles, beverages, et cetera, et cetera.
That sounds great. Now, a bunch of members are asking if there's any possibility of doing a joint venture with a beverage partner in the future.
Absolutely, and I can't tip my cap too much, but we are in advanced discussions with some of North America's, largest beverage companies. Everyone is eager to capture some of this new market share. As I said, the second phase of cannabis normalization is here. And everyone's trying to get their foot in the door. And Rose, our balling facility, such as our edibles and topicals manufacturing facility in Winnipeg, and look out for partnerships, LOIs, et cetera, going forward.
That's great. We'll be watching very, very closely. We've got 35 people watching our live stream right now. Questions are coming in. Now, one of the questions that I had for you is that a couple of months ago, you announced ICC is purchasing up to 100 million grams of premium dried flower from Agraflora. We'd love to know more about that deal.
Yeah, so I mean, that is a preliminary offtake agreement. That is all contingent upon us receiving our cultivation license at the Delta Greenhouse facility. Now, obviously, ICC International Cannabis Corp has an import license to Germany. Just to reiterate, grams of premium medical cannabis flower are retailing up to 14 euros per gram. And this is a great opportunity to leverage their economies of scale, gain entry into new marketplaces. As you've known, they've planted their flag into Denmark, into Colombia, into Switzerland, into Germany. It just seems like a logical next step in partnering with someone with that type of global reach by way of an offtake agreement.
That sounds great. I hope that gets done because that's a huge amount of grams. That's like, essentially, we're talking like billions of dollars if that was to happen, based on the cost per gram in Germany. Like you're saying, $12 per gram, euros. That is mind-boggling. So I love what you guys are thinking. Grow it in Canada and then ship it out to Europe where you're getting a huge premium because of the dollar. I think that's genius. I love that strategy, and I hope that goes forward because that would make you guys extremely undervalued at these prices. Extremely undervalued. Another question I have is, with the recent price drop of CBD, do you think that will affect the bottom line for businesses like yours?
Mm-hmm. I think first and foremost, it's a very astute observation. Because most of the general investing public is under the impression that CBD just keeps going up and up and up. But the best answer to your question, Rich, is no. We use CBD as an input for all of our premium products. For example, Canutrin Naturals Limited. That's our cosmetic and topical subsidiary. The further that CBD goes down, the more attractive we can actually price our pre-leveraged CBD as an input. Normalization is continuing to occur, and people are adopting this on a massive scale.
Wow. Yeah, I'm in the CBD business, so I know the CBD game pretty well. I actually have a facility in Phoenix, Arizona, where we're producing nano-soluble CBD, and it is 98% bioavailable. So as soon as you take it, it goes right into your system. We've produced it here in Vancouver, but because it's not legal and licensed in Canada, we had to move to the US. And we're producing 50 liters a day in Phoenix, Arizona right now. So we love the CBD game. I actually got into the CBD game because my son has mild Tourette's, and it helped him with his Tourette's. And my daughter broke her foot doing gymnastics. So I gave her some CBD to heal, and she healed in record time. And this was a couple years back, and I got really into it because I started to believe in the technology and the medicinal aspects of CBDs and cannabinoids. And I fall in love with the product, and I believe it's the future of medicine. So I love the fact that you guys are heavily involved in the CBD game, and I think that's going to bode well for you guys in the future. Now, another question I have is, the Agraflora International team has grown quite a bit since the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the key additions to the team and how each of them strengthen Agraflora?
Absolutely. So, I mean, first and foremost, I'd like to kick off with the addition of our new CEO and chairman, Mr. Brandon Body. So, Brandon was a co-founder of Cannabis Wheaton, which is now called Auxly Group. As everyone knows, Auxly kind of pioneered the whole cannabis streaming model. They deployed millions and millions of dollars for the capital. They funded some of the largest LPs to date. I think they raised over $480 million since inception.
Wow.
So Brandon is very well versed within the cannabis space. He truly is a champion of the Agraflora cause. With Brandon, we brought on some additional legal help, securities counsel, as Brian O'Neill. The rest of the board has pretty much stayed the same, with the exception of our CFO. And we're very, very excited. We have a fantastic team. They understand the mission, the vision. They've helped sketch out our roadmap for the next 8 quarters. And we really look forward to continue to evolve together.
I love it. I love what I'm hearing so far. And so do all the members that are listening. They are all very, very excited about this. One of the questions from Demir: can we expect any other deals this year with other companies? I know we're halfway through the year now, into the second half of the year. Are you guys planning on doing anything else this year? Anything in the works?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I'd say that, we are focused, laser focused on developing our current asset suite. That's that edibles factory in Winnipeg. I mean, please, everyone, keep your eye on that. That's in my personal opinion, the most exciting asset on our books.
Wow.
But I will give everyone a tiny teaser. I think we will be looking to pursue some branding opportunities, perhaps in the third or the fourth quarter of this year. I can't say too much, but something along those lines is definitely in the works.
I love it. I love it. Now, who are Agraflora International Inc.'s main competitors, and how do they stand out from the pack?
Yeah, another good question. So, as you said, Zenabis, I mean, they also have, quite an impressive greenhouse footprint. I would say Zenabis is one of our competitors, but, regrettably, they're not equipped with the downstream assets. I mean, you can have a provincial supply agreement. You can sell to dispensaries, et cetera. But unless you own those downstream, downline channels, you're losing market share and you're losing gross margin. So I would say that Agraflora is really kind of in the place of its own. Wow. We are a very diverse company. There's many moving parts. And we're hopeful to become a tier 1 LP by the fourth quarter of this year, and rival names such as Aurora, et cetera. Obviously, everyone saw the regrettable news with CanTrust. I can assure everyone that there's nothing like that going on at the Delta facility. The industry will continue to mature. We will all learn from our peers' mistakes. But just off the top of my head, I can't think of one other cannabis company, either in Canada or North America, that is equipped with such an amazing upstream cultivation portfolio as well as downstream assets. I mean, we're in a league of our own.
Wow, that's impressive. I'm happy that you mentioned Zenabis, because Zenabis is one of the companies that our community has very heavily adopted as like an early stage mover. And from what I'm hearing already from your company, I am a shareholder, but I'm already thinking I want to buy more, because I think at these prices, 36 cents, it's absolutely a steal based on what I'm hearing, and I love what I'm hearing. And in saying that, with the way things are going, it looks like Agraflora International Inc. is primed for a huge 2019. Tell us what's coming up for the rest of this year and then beyond.
Absolutely. So we are just preparing to submit our video evidence and affirmation package to Health Canada. The drop dead date, and that's an internal drop dead date, is July 30th for that. We're working with some fantastic consultants, David Hyde and 360 Risk Solutions. He is the guru when it comes to application licensing, in my humble opinion. He's working with us not only on Delta, but with our Ball Lake facility, with our brewery, with our edibles factory. So he is very, very entrenched in the deal. They've been going back and forth with Health Canada for quite some time, pretty much since the industry was in its infancy. So we're very confident that his guidance will allow us to receive our cultivation license in Delta in an expedited fashion. And then after that, it's the license granted Delta. That will truly be the next material catalyst. Look out for that in the fourth quarter, late fourth quarter of this year. We're also set to receive our R&D licenses in our bottling facility, our R&D license in our brewery facility, through our already licensed LP in London. We actually have an expedited route to receive our sales and processing licenses in Winnipeg, in Toronto, and just outside the GTA area. So, just look for licensing grants and awards and continuing development with this asset portfolio. We're committed to putting the money in the ground. Management is taking very, very small amounts. Obviously, everybody has to live, but we're in this for the long run, and we wanted to develop our flagship assets.
I love it. Our members are saying these prices are ridiculous right now. Load up. I love it. I love our community. They love listening. They love listening to this good news. I got a couple questions left before you go, because I know you're super busy and you're in Italy, and you've got tons of work to do out there for Agraflora. If there's one thing you want shareholders to know about Agraflora International Inc., what would it be?
I think that we are the second most liquid issuer on the CSE. So if you're looking to bid it, if you're looking to buy it, it's very, very liquid. You can trade it in and out. We have one of the most diverse retail shareholder base that I've ever seen. I've been in the industry for quite some time. We have countless Facebook groups where people, they analyze our updates. We have quite the following. We put on an investor day for analysts and institutional investors back in June. The turnout was astounding. I just can't believe how loyal some of our shareholders are. Obviously, we have these phenomenal assets, these 2.2 million square feet under glass. I would encourage everyone to go to the website and look at the video, because you see the flyover and you walk up to it in person, and it's mind blowing, the sheer magnitude of the facility, and you can just kind of project in your mind's eye what it's going to be able to produce from a cultivation basis. Once we've received the license, we're diverse. We're well equipped to capture that cannabis 2.0, each link of the cannabis value chain. And again, I encourage everyone to go on our website, read our press releases, check out our assets, go to our individual assets website. We got many, many things going on. We're a dynamic company, and we will continue to be to
I love what I'm hearing, Lucas. Last question. What is the best way for shareholders to get in touch with the company?
So we have a very, very committed IR. He's very well educated into our story. You can see on our website, it was IR at Agraflora. I would encourage everyone to get in touch with Tim. Tim's man, I'll give him a shout out right now.
Fantastic. So if you guys want to get in hold of Agraflora International, you could either go onto the website, or you can get a hold of their IR person. And if there's anything else anybody else needs, you can always contact me, and I can try to get in contact with Lucas. Lucas, I would love to do a tour of those facilities. Maybe one day the Rich TV Live team can actually get a chance to see that 2.2 million square feet ourselves. Is that some possibility in the future, maybe one day? Oh, I think we may have lost Lucas.
It seems like that could be in the cards, Rich. I'd love to help facilitate that post-submission of the...
That's fantastic.
Can you hear me, Rich?
Yeah, sorry, Lucas, we're losing you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to say bye. We'll hopefully do this again soon. And when you get back into Vancouver, let's try to do a video face-to-face maybe.
That'd be fantastic. I'm back next week. I'll be in town for the rest of the summer, so let's make it happen. I appreciate everyone's time. Thank you to the community. Agraflora, everybody, check it out.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for your time today, Lucas. Good luck with everything you're doing in Europe. Congratulations on all your guys' success. And the Rich TV Live community will be watching you guys very closely. Like I said, I am a shareholder, and based on what I've heard today, I believe I'm going to buy some more shares. So stay tuned on that. I'll keep you guys updated. Really like what I hear, like what I see. And at these prices, I find you guys to be very undervalued, underappreciated, and underexposed. Thank you for your time today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks again. Likewise.
Take care. Bye-bye.